we are familiar with strikes o sa lengguwahe natin, yung mga tinatawag nating welga. No? Sa iba't ibang mga sektor katulad ng NutriAsia sa pagkain, Tanduay sa inumin, mga transport strike katulad ng jeepney strikes na ginagawa or bus strikes na ginagawa sa bansa. Those are some of the strikes that have happened here in the Philippines. Internationally, balita rin nung nakaraan ang joint strikes ng Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild of America. Ngayon, sa isang analysis, no, kailangan nating magkaroon ng isang malinaw na definition kung ano nga ba ang isang strike o ang isang welga. Alam natin na nangyayari siya. Nakikita natin na nangyayari siya. Pero ano nga ba talaga ang isang strike o welga? Put simply, a strike is when an organized group of workers collectively decide to stop working. No? It is done typically as part of a negotiation strategy, often about the rights and benefits of the workers. And it is something that is not new. It is almost as old as the Industrial Revolution itself. Ang isang strike ay nakadepende sa existence ng mga union o sa iba pang mga formasyon na binubuo ng uring manggagawa. A lone person cannot call for a strike kasi ang tawag lang doon ay pagre-resign kapag tumigil ka sa pagtatrabaho. A person outside of the institution also cannot call for a strike. Since it is part of a negotiation strategy, it is often not the first thing that a union does. Isa sa kailangan nating maintindihan is that it goes through levels of bargaining and negotiation. Typically, once nagkaroon ng deadlock between the management and the union about this negotiation, doon ipinapatawag ang isang strike. No? Sa kasaysayan, ang mga strike ay nagsimula sa mga factories at almost exclusive lang ito para sa workers ng mga factories na ito. Pero sa pag-expand ng working class, lumawak din ang definition natin sa kung sino-sino ang maaaring sumali sa isang welga. Hence, unions actually formed up across different sectors. We have your transport unions, you have your student unions, at merong iba-iba pang mga union sa lahat ng sektor kung saan may taong nagtatrabaho. As the need arose, nagkaroon nga din ng iba't ibang forma ng strike, katulad nga ng transport strike, no? At a student strike, or yung pinakamataas, yung general strike, no, na para naman to sa lahat na ng members ng isang population. So, ang strike ay hindi lang siya grounded on gusto lang gawin ito ng mga manggagawa. There is something that we can say that is the philosophical base of why strikes and how strikes are called. Historically, since strikes, like I said earlier, developed in the context of the development of capitalism in the working class, therefore, kapanahunan ng Industrial Revolution, pinapakita na ang strike o ang pagsasagawa ng isang welga is an assertion that without the workers, the world would actually grind to a halt. For Marx and Marxist analysis of economics, it was actually labor that created additional value and was thus the primary source of profit. Put simply, kung walang nagtatrabaho, walang kikita. No? A strike shows the company that they are working for, or in more general cases, the world, that what it would be without them. Because they are able to show this, the workers are more effectively able to negotiate better deals regarding their own livelihood. So sa ethical na analysis o basis na to, i-analyze natin siya sa pamamagitan ng dalawa sa mga pinakapopular na ethical frameworks. No? First, utilitarianism, particularly quantitative utilitarianism, and the other, later on, would be Kantian ethics, particularly the second formulation of Kantian ethics. So one of the basic concepts of utilitarianism, particularly nga para sa quantitative utilitarianism, is to maximize good for the greatest number of people. Katulad ng Marxism, ang utilitarianism ay isang filosofiya na nag-develop sa konteksto ng Industrial Revolution. With its primary thinkers like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill being multi-hyphenates that saw that the study of economics is vital to understanding society, morality, and the law. It is then not surprising that the formation of a union and the declaration of a strike goes through a very rigorous democratic process. The more people involved, the stronger the resolve, the better the outcome. Pinagbobotohan ng mga manggagawa kung sila ba ay bubuo ng union, kung sila ba ay magne-negotiate, kung sila ba ay magwewelga. Lahat ito ay dumadaan sa masusing proseso na pinagdaraanan nila democratically. We also have to understand, calling a strike is not a small deal. It does not come without risk to the workers involved. Not working, even for a day, especially in the Philippines, can mean a loss of their wages for that day. Hanggat hindi nagtatagumpay ang strike, maaaring wala silang sahurin sa panahon na iyon. Hindi rin automatic na tagumpay ang isang strike because a company can and typically will do anything in its power to make life harder for the striking workers. It can come in many forms. It can be from small conveniences katulad ng pagputol ng mga puno sa tapat ng mga studio sa Los Angeles na ginagamit ng mga picketing actors and writers for shade habang sila ay nagpoprotesta. Pinutol yung mga puno para mas matindi yung araw sa kanila. Another strike-breaking tactic na ginagawa ng mga kumpanya ay yung pag-hire ng mga tinatawag na strike breakers or scabs to render the strike essentially worthless. Ito yung kapag, okay, kayo yung hindi magtatrabaho, mag-hire kami ng mga taong willing magtrabaho. Nagkakaroon din ng union busting o pagtukoy at pagsibak sa mga union officers katulad ng ginawa sa ilan sa mga union officers ng mga union ng Starbucks, Amazon at iba pang mga kumpanya. Hanggang umaabot nga sa mga violent na dispersal, pagpatay sa mga union president at iba pang mga labor leaders. An easy analysis on quantitative utilitarianism and strikes is that since there are more workers than there are corporations, madaling sabihin na morally good ang pagsastrike para sa utilitarians. While that is true, the analysis should not stop there. Una, ano ba ang better overall? Production or no production? Itinigil ng mga manggagawa ang kanilang paggawa hindi para lang hindi kumita ang kumpanya, ngunit para ipakita na napakalaki ng inaambag nila sa isang lipunan. So, the sooner that they resume production with better terms for everyone involved, it will be better overall for society. Resuming production would be the best course of action after it has stopped para din sa side ng mga may-ari ng kumpanya dahil babalik yung profits nila. It will mitigate the further harm that can be done on both sides of the worker and the corporation. Kung palalalimin din natin, no, if the workers are actually compensated better, they may have a better quality of life. And therefore, they may be more happy in coming to work. No? Mas nakikita nila yung sarili nila na, okay naman pala, masaya naman pala yung magtrabaho dito sa kumpanyang ito. With that, papasok tayo sa Kantian ethics at sa analysis nito on strikes, particularly the second formulation. Wherein Kant says, no, for us to be ethical, no, we have to treat every person, whether in ourselves or in others, always as a means to an end and never as ends in themselves. In the case of striking workers, commonly sa isang factory setup o sa isang assembly line, a person is made to feel that they are less than whole or not complete versions of themselves, that they are merely cogs in a machine. In this, means to an end lang sila. Sila ay mga means para sa end ng production. I produce this part, you produce that part, etc., etc. The strike, for additional benefits or for rightful compensation, pushes the discussion at least a little bit towards the human worker feeling much more human. That they, as workers, are not just means to the end of production, but rather that they are ends in themselves, being much more human in the process. Hindi sila nagiging manggagawa o trabahador lang. Nagiging tao sila dahil meron silang kakayahan na i-enjoy yung mga products of their labor. No? Another big thing in the context of discussing Kant is regarding the autonomy of the individual person. If a worker is limited, that's to say they are limited in their expression of autonomy or has little to no real choice over what actually happens in their own lives, it cannot be said that this person has autonomy. Hence, the assertion of a better living condition, better working condition, is also the assertion of the autonomy of the person and becomes yet another step towards their full realization. In summary, no, a strike is held in conjunction with other tactics and philosophically grounded upon the principles both of utility and humanity. Part of the processes na pinoprotektahan ng mga demokratikong lipunan ang pagwewelga ng mga manggagawa. So, if we are to look at strikes, we should be critical in our evaluation of them. While those in power might easily label strikes in particular and protests in general as something of a nuisance or a meaningless disturbance, we must remember that there are valid reasons for doing these things. Part lamang ito ng mga moral reasons kung bakit ginagawa ng manggagawa ang welga o strike.